I had a milestone birthday in March. 73 years old. If you say it fast, it's not so bad. But with each birthday, as you get older, you start to have a little bit of fear lurking in the background. Whether it's all those candles on the cake, where you can hardly fit them all, or not, I don't know. But I think for myself, it's more to do with that. I find that 2 years ago, even my joints weren't so stiff, my muscles weren't so stiff, and my eyesight, hearing, all those little intrinsic qualities about ourselves that we rely on, they start to kind of fail a little bit. And they seem to on a regular basis. So that's what starts it off, I think, is that fear that you're not as agile, not as fit as you used to be. And doesn't matter how much exercise I do, it doesn't seem to make it any better. So when you go to think about a project that may take a year to complete, you're in half a mind whether you are going to be able to still be able to do it, say 6 months into the project. Will you be able to complete it? And that's what I'm thinking, because, I mean, it's things like I go out and do a bit of gardening and brush my arm against a little bit of stick, and I just about require stitches. I mean, look at this one. Oh, you can't see it. There you are. That was just a little twig. Scratched me, and this has healed up quite well. But your skin's so thin. It's just that little things like that that make you think twice about doing anything. I know you can get gloves that go right up your elbow, but it's almost like those ones that they put on, vets do for cows, but we won't go down that path, will we? But it is like some unseen individual thing that is sitting there tapping the watch, looking at the clock saying, come on, hurry up, you're running out of time, you've got a deadline. Or is it flatline? I think that's more to the point. But this van, although it's perfect, it isn't going to last me for the later stages of my life. I know that. If I lose my license, for example, things like that, it's not even that. It's the fact that scrambling around underneath trying to do different jobs, it's just not suitable. It's just too big for me. I'm not using half the space. So is it something that I do to myself? Maybe these little niggly health issues, or they're not really even health issues, they're just body breaking down issues. Is it that prompts me to reconsider when I think, oh, I will do such and such, and then that little niggle comes in and says, well, hang on a minute, you're 73, should you really be doing that? Or is it society that looks at you and says, oh, you shouldn't be doing that at your age? Those little subtle signs are there. And family might say, oh, mum, I don't think living in a van's a good idea. Oh, how will you manage? How will you stand up? How will you do this? How will you do that? And they're right. They're absolutely right. They see you as an older person, an elderly person, and they must subconsciously have put limitations on your abilities. And that's fair enough, because society says that old people get doddery, old people forget things, leave the stove on, burn the house down, walk in front of cars. It's something that society prepares us for, isn't it? So what I'm questioning at the moment, asking myself is it something that's real, or is it something that society's saying to me, I can't do this because you're a certain age and you should start to do certain things? not start a project like a van build, which is what my next project is going to be. So those are the sort of limitations that come upon me when I'm in the middle of an idea and that little voice is saying, well, you know, you're going to be able to do that. Are you going to be able to bend down and saw a bit of wood? Or are you going to be able to drill something? Are you going to be able to clamber around? Can you lift it? Can you climb a ladder? Because that's another thing. This van's got a ladder on the back because it's quite tall. And in order to clean the solar panel, I have to climb up the ladder. And I'm only short and my legs barely reach the bottom rung. I have to use a step and more or less haul myself up. And so I say to myself, how long can you do this for? And so when I was looking for a van, I'm looking for one with a low roof, which means I can't stand up. But then, because it's got a lower roof, I can actually reach the roof without too much difficulty. And so is this jostling of, you might lose something, but you'll gain something. And these are the kind of things you have to consider. So having lived in this van for the time that I have, 2 years, I've discovered things about my normal routines, what I can do and what I can't do. And all the time I'm thinking, now, if you've got your head bent down, can you still do this? And those are considerations I have to make. But as far as the van build, I'm thinking, well, if I do it the right way, I shouldn't take a year to do it. No, that would be a disaster if it takes me a year to do it. So my plan is to build it out with pretty much a no-build plan, to live in it so that I can get the idea of what I need to do, what I don't need. Because I don't want to go in and do one of those TikTok van builds and then find that nothing works and the car can hardly get up a hill because the van can hardly get up a hill because it's carrying so much weight. So yeah, those are the things I'm considering. When I was 30, this thought didn't even come into the equation. If I had an idea, never once did I think, oh, can I still do this at 30? But that's what I'm battling at the moment, is this stigma that is associated with old age and that you should only be doing certain things when you reach a certain age. And at the moment, I'm still young enough to fight it. And so I am going to go ahead with the van build because, for one thing, let's face it, if some calamity strikes halfway through, tough. That's life. It could have happened to me when I was 30 and doing something, and that didn't stop me then. So I should just charge ahead because in its adventure, it's not as if I'm joining a sailing crew to go to Fiji in a boat. It's a little bit more relaxed than that. So I shall do my van build, and I hope you follow me along as I make the mistakes and make the progress that I shall probably do both of. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. If you're still here, I really do appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video, because there's bound to be one. So thank you again and have a great week, and bye for now.